Now, green has been in for quite some time now, and green technologies and green buildings have become the buzzwords. But did you know that there is no green building policy as such that the government has? And it's now the Environment Ministry which is actually stepping up. It's looking at coming out with a green building policy which lays down the rules and regulations. Oinita Moja has the details.
Environmental concerns like reducing carbon footprints and the fast-growing rush of developers to offer you green homes has got the government thinking. The Environment Ministry is now looking at coming out with a new set of policy guidelines and standards to ensure compliance and regulate the mushrooming green home space. Presently, only large constructions with a built-up area of 20,000 square meters or a township of over 50 hectares are covered under environment laws and have to comply with environment impact assessment norms.
When the ministry is framing guidelines for even smaller construction, green buildings, so it has to be a little careful about things, how to do it, what to do it, and how will it be implemented and monitored. As we know, the environmental clearance for large construction hasn't quite worked, and we have seen blatant violation of these laws.
The rush for green homes could be the fallout of local urban bodies and different state government agencies offering additional 5% FAR or other incentives in lieu of building green homes. All these without any proper monitoring mechanism or penal provisions in case of non-compliance.
Create a bad building. The life of a building is 50 years. So if you have created a building which is, let's say, an energy guzzler, it will remain like that for 50 years. If you create a bad city, the life is 500 years. So the problem actually multiplies. And given the quantum of growth which is going to happen in this country you're talking about, so sustainability, I think, is a way forward for everybody.
A building can be designed green, it can be platinum or 5-star rated, but may end up performing like an average building or even worse. We carried out a study and we found that most of these gold and platinum rated buildings were actually consuming more than what an average building is expected to consume. We need performance standards in place.
Developers feel that the government should focus on providing low-cost green technologies to offset the time lag and wide gap between costs and payoff.
The problem for implementing a green building is that the choices of materials that is available. Also, at the same time, we need to understand the cost versus the payoffs. So that upfront cost, obviously, in a long run, when we talk about, then that cost is recovered within, let's say, 10 to 12 years. But initially, when we talk about that, is that customer willing to spend that extra amount on a green building today?
The Environment Ministry also plans to launch a logo for energy-prudent green homes to give them that extra edge. But what will be more crucial is ensuring proper implementation and compliance through a proper monitoring mechanism. In New Delhi, Oinita Moja, NDTV.